Hello and welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Let's begin from Cape Verde, where the Super Falcons did well in the second leg of the 2024 Women's Nations Cup qualifier. They took a giant step in the first leg here in Abuja, and they were able to wrap it up right there in Paria, Cape Verde, where they won 2-1 in the return leg of that qualifiers. And it's good news that we've qualified. The Super Falcons have not missed any Nations Cup edition. They've qualified for their 13th edition of the Women's Nations Cup. They've never missed anyone since the Nations Cup started. So it's a good news, a fantastic one. Though we were behind in the first half of that game, but Rashida Rajibade ensured with her full soldiers there, ensured that we got the maximum victory. It was 2-1, and it's a good news. We're qualified already, and if you look at it, we will be joining other countries, the likes of Mali, Senegal, Morocco, the host country, Ghana, who qualified alongside Nigeria. So, sincerely speaking, we are looking good going to the Nations Cup. It's only if we can actually get maybe we don't know yet who is going to be leading these girls to the Nations Cup, because Randy Wardrum's contract right now is still has not been signed. So many issues surrounding that contract, and we know that Justin Madugu, the interim coach, has been with the side for the past 3 games right now. He has stayed with these girls, though we qualified, and he has ensured will qualify for the Women's Nations Cup come next year. So it's now left for the NFF to sort out the issue of Randy Wardrum, then know who is the coach of the Super Falcons and where we are heading and what we are to expect in the Nations Cup in Morocco. Morocco will be hosting the Nations Cup in 2024, and for the Super Falcons, it's a sweet one. They qualified on 7-1 aggregate score. That is a 7-1 aggregate score after beating Cape Verde 5-0 here in Abuja, and they went to Paria in Cape Verde and completed the job by beating the Cape Verdeans 2-1. That was how it ended. Rashida Rajibade getting the winning goal in the dying stages of that particular game, and we are looking good as the Nations Cup approach next year. I believe the Super Falcons will be battle ready to see how they can wrestle back that title from the ladies from the Banyana of South Africa. We've won it 9 times, the highest. We've won it more than any other country in the continent of Africa when it comes to the Women's Nations Cup. I want to win it for a record 10 times. We couldn't do it the last time out. We were beaten in the 3rd place match by Zambia in the 3rd place match, and that was our worst outing ever since the inception of the Women's Nations Cup. So for the Super Falcons, congratulations to all of the players, congratulations to the entire team, congratulations to Justin Madugu, the assistant coaches, and every other official that ensured that the Super Falcons qualify for the Women's Nations Cup. And also congratulations to the NFF for at least living up to its billing, making sure that these girls have a very smooth and hitch-free qualifiers. You know, I think the women has been doing so well when it comes to football and sports in general in Nigeria. So congratulations to all of them who have made it to the AWCON 2024 Nations Cup in Morocco. I don't know if Abba Michael is ready to join us on the show from Plateau State. Okay, when he's ready, he's going to be joining us. But congratulations to all of the teams that have qualified, and we're looking forward to the Super Falcons of Nigeria doing so well in the Women's Nations Cup and bringing back the glory to this country. So it's a good one, and it's a good news for every football loving Nigerian out there. Okay, if Abba Michael is ready, he's going to be joining us in the course of the show, and then we'll be looking at that story together. All right, still talking about the women's football. Now let's look at the club football. Women's club football in Nigeria is match day 4 in the Nigerian Women's League, and actions have been lined up for match day 4. You know, it's in 2 groups, Group A and B, and then in Group A we have Heartland Queens of Owerri, who will trade tackles with Confluence Queens of Kogi State. Nasara's Amazons, who are neighbors to Abuja, will be at home to entertain Abia Angels after they did so well last weekend. Royal Queens Royal Queens will battle Nigeria Raiders of Abuja. Nigeria Raiders of Abuja will be away in that game. And Adamawa Queens, who suffered defeat in the hands of Nigeria Raiders here in match day 3, will be at home to welcome Dana's Ladies of Lagos. That is in Group A. Now let's look at fixtures in Group B. Let's look at the fixtures in Group B. We'll also have fixtures in Group B. Now FC Robo Queens of Lagos will trade tackles with Remo Stars Ladies of Ekene. This is the Southwestern Derby. It's a Western Derby. Rivers Angels, former champions, will play Sunshine Queens of Akure, who got promoted back to the league, and Bayelsa Queens, who were champions 2 seasons ago, will play Delta Queens. That's the Niger and Delta Derby, South Derby, and Edo Queens will play Ekiti Queens, the newly promoted team. All right, we have Abba Michael all the way from Plateau State joining us on the show. Michael, welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. We started with the Super Falcons getting a sweet victory, because I would say it's a sweet victory against the Cape Verdeans in the return leg of the 2024 Women's Nations Cup qualifier.
Yes, I'm glad that we're able to do it without Azizat Oshwala and without Ashley Plum. It shows that the team has character, the team has depth, and then we have a certain Ajibade that could rise to the occasion in the absence of Oshwala. Just like when Real Madrid were in search of their 10th title, they call it La Decima. I think this time the Super Falcons are on course for our own La Decima of the AWCON titles. So that is the target for the Super Falcons. And their string of victories shows that the team looks poised to get it done in Morocco. And I trust and believe so much in this team. The experience, the depth, the synergy is definitely good enough to get this team to the dreamland, which is to win the AWCON.
Okay, now if you look at it, Randy Wardrum has not been with the side for the past couple of games, I think 4 games thereabout, and now Justin Madugu has been in charge. Are you really comfortable with that? NFF keeping us in the dark concerning Randy Wardrum, and then for Justin Madugu, do you think he can continue to be the Super Falcons coach, or they should look for someone else to take over from Justin Madugu?
Yeah, I think so far so good from what the results we have been grinding out. It's crystal clear cut that Justin Madugu may just be that man that we need to actualize our dream. I think he should still be given a chance. Since they are keeping us in the dark, I believe Justin Madugu can fill in. He has shown expertise. He has shown know-how, that he's one who can step up when responsibilities come calling. And that is what he has just exhibited in the last couple of games. So I'm a fan of Justin Madugu. And if he's giving the gong, I think I don't mind. I believe he has, he's good enough to, handle the girls and their ego.
Okay, he's good enough to handle the girls and their ego. Now, let's look at the Nations Cup 2024 proper for Nigerian women. After a very dismal outing in the last time out, we came 4th, our worst ever outing when it comes to the Women's Nations Cup. How optimistic are you going to the Nations Cup, Women's Nations Cup next year? You know, the men also will be playing next year. The Women's Nations Cup also will be coming up next year. So how optimistic are you for the Super Falcons to land a 10th time title?
Yes, I'm very highly optimistic. As a matter of fact, they went to the World Cup and then they were able to show that within open play, they could keep their defense intact. It shows that the team is just a step or two away from glory. And if we can do that against the world teams, I believe that in Africa, if this team continues to be together, without barring injuries, with the kind of form they are, scoring from all, banging goals from all cylinders, I believe that this team is good enough. They have enough firepower to be able to deliver the goods when the WAFCON come calling.
Okay, they have the enough firepower to deliver the goodies when the WAF come calling next year. All right, let's move over straight to the women's club football in Nigeria. We have matches lined up for March the 4 of the Nigerian Women's League, and we just reeled it out. Okay, let's go over it again. Group A, we have Heartland Queens against Confluence Queens of Kogi, Nasarawa Amazons. We play Abia Angels. Royal Queens with 3 tackles in Nigeria. Adamawa Queens will entertain Danas Ladies of Lagos. That is in Group A. And then in Group B, we have actions also in Group B, where we have a couple of other games. FC Robo Queens against Remo Stars Ladies. That is a Southwestern Derby. Rivers Angels, we play Sunshine Queens. Bayelsa Queens against Delta Queens. Niger Delta Derby. That is a South-South Derby. Edo Queens will entertain Ekiti Queens, who just got newly promoted to the Women's League. So I don't know which of the fixtures are you looking forward to?
Well, I think the Bayelsa Queens are having a 100% record so far. I think Gift Monday is there, if I'm not mistaken. That is the team to watch. That's the team to beat. Delta Queens, it seems like they are a shadow of themselves. Rivers Angels, also one of the defending champions, is also a team that we need to watch out for. I think so far the Queens and the Angels, they are doing well, but those are the 2 teams for me that I'm looking forward to. Bayelsa Queens doing their bids, and then Rivers Angels, who defeated the Nasarawa Amazons 2-1 in the last game. I think those 2 teams should watch out for those 2 teams.
Okay, that is Bayelsa Queens against Delta Queens. That is the Niger Delta Derby. Let's see how it goes in all of those matches. Those matches will be played across the various venues in Nigeria and 4 p.m. Nigerian time. Precisely, still talking Nigerian football. This time around, we'll move over to the men's football. It's match day 12 in the Nigerian Premier Football League. We have actions that have been lined up in match day 12. Let's quickly go over them. Abia Warriors will welcome Sporting of Lagos, Heartland FC of Owerri, who are at the bottom of the league. We entertain Bendel Insurance, Kano Pillars after Yusuf Abdullahi Brilliance will be at home to play the struggling Aqua United with Fatai Osho. We have Kwara United against Doma United. Lobby Stars, who are flying high in the league this season. Also, we play Gombe United, who were pummeled by Kano Pillars in match day 11. Niger Tornadoes, we play Remo Stars, who are at the top of the table. Plateau United, we welcome their former manager, their former coach, Enugu Rangers International, with Fidelis Ilechukwu. And then Sunshine Stars of Akure, we play Shooting Stars of Ibadan, another Western derby in the men's football. Action-packed midweek games for the Nigerian Premier Football League. I know, Michael, you are excited for all of these games. Looking at what happened in match day 11 of the Nigerian Premier Football League, where one man set a record. 17-year-old Yusuf Abdullahi is scoring 5 goals against Gombe United right there at the Pantami Stadium when Kano Pillars visited that stadium.
Yes, I mean, it was actually a big one. When I saw the highlights, I said, I think Super Eagles coach Pesero needs to invite Yusuf Abdullahi for a trial with the Super Eagles. I mean, for one man to drop 5 goals in one match, that means there's something special about that player, and he needs more visibility and more recognition. We only hope to see him replicate more. I think they will be hosting they call them Kano Pillars, they call them Masugina. They'll be hosting Aqua United. We want to see more of him. We don't want it to be on and off. We want to see him have a string of goals since he has shown that he can score 5. Then we want to see more goals to his name, so that we know that we have a potential striker, in the making. And then, of course, talking about the the Southwest Derby. You know, in England we have London Derby. Here we have the Southwest Derby, the Derby of the Stars, Sunshine Stars, Shooting Stars. So it's all about the stars. And then for the Plateau United game against Rangers, I was in the stadium when one time when Rangers came. Plateau United has won 6 of the last 9 fixtures, and then even in the last 5 games, Rangers has won only 1. So Plateau United have a very good record against Rangers. We don't want to know if it's our former coach that is taking care of them as Gaffer, but I believe that we have what it takes to continue the run of keeping Rangers. They'll continue to range elsewhere, but not in Jos. Jos is not the home where they can range.
Yeah, I can see that you are speaking passionately about Plateau United against Enugu Rangers because that is your base. But don't forget that Fidelis Ilechukwu was with that same team. So most of the boys that are playing in that team right now are guys he knows. So don't you think that will be an advantage for Enugu Rangers at this time around?
Yeah, it would have been an advantage, but I tell you what, Plateau United coach Boas Mangut has deployed the 3-5-2 formation of Pep Guardiola, free-flowing football, strong attack, even though the results have not been flowing. But I tell you what, Rangers cannot withstand the attacking firepower and arsenal that the Plateau United team will always come with. If you watch Plateau United, they will play the most beautiful brand of football, and we've considered, I think, the least number of goals
this season
in the MPFL season thus far.
Okay. Let's see how that happens in March day 12 of the Nigerian Premier Football League. Enugu Rangers will be in Jos. As we speak, they are already in Jos to keep a date with Plateau United. Sunshine Stars, like Michael said, the battle of the stars against Shooting Stars of Ibadan, and both of them are from the same region. Niger Tornadoes against Remo Stars. Lobby Stars will play Gombe United. Kwara United with 3 tackles. Doma United, Kano Plus takes to the pitch. Akwa United, Heartland FC of Owerri, who are the bottom of the table of the Nigerian Premier Football League, will be at home, that is at the Kigwe Township Stadium, to play Bendel Insurance, and Sporting Lagos will travel all the way from Lagos and cross the length and breadth of this country to Abia State to play Abia Warriors. It's match day 12 in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Let's see how all these games will turn out at the end of the day. By Thursday, you'll get the results of all of these games on 360 Sports from Trust TV. All right, let's leave the shores of this country and head straight to Europe and talk about our own Nigerian players who are doing so well in Europe. Now, let's begin from the EPL, where Taiwo Awoniyi has been nominated for Nottingham Forest Fans Player of the Year award. Fantastic player for Nottingham Forest, though he has been suffering injury. He's injured right now. He's not with his side. He's out of. He will resume by next year, because this year he can no longer play for Nottingham Forest due to that groin injury. But so far this season, he has scored 4 goals, and those goals coming against the likes of Chelsea and Arsenal in the English Premier League. Last season, he scored 10 goals in 26 league appearances for Nottingham Forest despite injury worries, and he came back, started banging in goals. Now he has been nominated for the club's Fan Player of the Year award. I don't know about Michael, if Taiwo Awoniyi, do you see him winning this Fans Player of the Year award in Nottingham Forest?
Yes, I mean, he has done enough. The whole of last season, he had 10 goals. And then this season, he has had 4 goals in 10 games. And win-lose-loss ratio, most of the games he plays, they're able to win. Most of the games they've lost are games that he did not feature. It's so unfortunate that he's battling with a groin injury. We wish him quick recovery. We hope we see him back to the lineup. I think it's a groin injury 4 months out. We only wish him all the best, but then we have to root for our own, and looking forward to see him carting home this award. Hopefully, he is definitely the fan favorite, and I expect him to scoop this award.
Okay, we expect him to scoop this award. He has won the Nottingham Forest Player of the Month award in May, back-to-back, and then that of August, and for Olaino winning that of September. So it's a good thing that he has been put up for the fans footballer player of the year award in Nottingham Forest. Okay, let's still stay with the English Premier League. There were games that last night in the English Premier League, and one game alone was 7-goal thriller, surprising one. It has been right there in Luton Town. It was 4-3 against Luton. Arsenal will Declan Rice coming to the rescue at the dying stages of that game to give Arsenal all 3 points, and then Wolves beat Burnley 1-0 after Burnley scored 5 over the weekend, and they lost to Wolves at Molineux 1-0. That game ended. But for the game of Arsenal, it's a good one that we had Nigerians at Adebayo scoring in that particular game for Nottingham Forest, for Luton Town. Though he's not playing for Nigeria, we are still looking if he was going to come to play for Nigeria. But it's a good thing that he's a Nigerian that was able to score against Arsenal in that game. But for Declan Rice, he stood up to the occasion and gave Arsenal all 3 points. Before I will allow you to react, let's quickly look at the table simultaneously. Let's see how the table is after that win for Arsenal. Now they have 36 points at the top of the table, and then Liverpool is second with 31 points. That is 5 points clear of Liverpool. Manchester City, they are 6 points clear of Manchester City, who have 30 points on the third position. Aston Villa is on the fourth position with 29 points, and Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, on the fifth position with 27 points, and Chelsea is on the 10th position with 19 points. Now let's look at where Luton is standing after that defeat. They are on the 17th position with 9 points and minus 14 goal difference, and Brentford is on the 11th position with 19 points. I have 3 goal difference. Sheffield United, they sacked their manager and bringing back Chris Wilder to coach them. They have 5 points at the bottom of the table with on the 20th position with just 5 points. Now for Arsenal, quickly, Michael, now they've opened up a 5-point gap between them and Liverpool. 6-point gap ahead of Manchester City, who have a game in hand, or who have a game in hand. Liverpool also have a game in hand. Do you think Arsenal can sustain this momentum as it stands? This because they were in this kind of situation last season before they lost the league to Manchester City.
Yes, of course. Once beaten, twice shy. They've been here before, and they saw the mistakes that made them to lose it at the end. So experience is not bought in the market; it is gained via hard work. And I believe they've learned their lessons from the gruesome ending to a beautiful start last season. And first and foremost, for the highlights of the game, the first 3 scorers of the game were all bearing Gabriel Osho, Gabriel Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, all Gabriels. And then another stat is that I think the 3 players that scored for Luton Town are virtually all Nigerians.
Yes.
I mean, Ross Barkley, Adebayo, and then Osho, they're all Nigerians. So it was a good thing, even though it's painful for our Arsenal fan side. But then we are happy when we see our fellow Nigerians on the score sheet in the highly revered league, which is the English Premier League. So that's a high point for me. And of course, when Arsenal spends 100 million to buy a player, you know the player is worth that buy. And Declan Rice, once again, he has shown up in the clutch, 97th minute, last gaps winner, just to seal the deal for a wasteful David Raya who lost concentration. 2 of those goals, we blame David Raya. Arsenal is having a serious goalkeeping crisis right now. David Raya, Ramsdale, none of them have been able to live up to the billing. You don't go away and conceive 3 goals. David Raya was caught sleeping, caught napping on duty. And I think Arteta needs to think about what to do about this goalkeeping crisis. Thank God we have the best defense in the league, and that's what's sustaining the team now. The team has good character and resilience to get the deal done, despite the bullying of the Luton boys, especially in the first half. They were able to contain it and rise to the occasion.
Okay.
And I think this type of Arsenal is different from the one we saw last season. Last season, if you want to win a league, you should draw games that you're supposed to lose and win games that you're supposed to draw.
Okay, that is good. If you want to win game, let's see how Arsenal can sustain that momentum. You are talking so sweet about Arsenal because that is your team. Okay, let's leave the English Premier League and go straight to Germany, where DFB Pokal is a cup game. We have action lined up, and we have Nigerian who will be playing today for his own club. Let's quickly look at the DFB German Cup games that will be coming up. You know, Bayer Leverkusen, we play tonight in the DFB games that will be coming up, and we have a couple of other games that will be right there in the DFB poker games in Germany. Okay, if we can lay our hands on that fixtures, we'll bring it to you. Okay, let's go straight to the Nigerian Handball Federation, where 15 players have been called up for the AWCON games, Zone 3 games that will be coming up later this month. We know these are qualifier games that we'll use to qualify for the Olympics. And if we can have the list, let's quickly look at the list of invited players by the Handball Federation of Nigeria. We have Diana Salo, we have Ada Oke, we have Esther Matthew, we have Taiwo Babatunde, we have Inikbi Arua, we have Olubisi Oyewusi, we have Urola Nuhu, and we have Rachel Ovetu, we have Lucy Onyekwere, we have Winner Johnson, Prudence Samuel, Dorothy Nga, we have Plangan Oliver, and Toyin Yusuf, Monihat Yusuf, and the head coach of the side is Yusuf Abdelkader, who will be coaching these guys for the qualifiers. We're playing the likes of Benin Republic and Cote d'Ivoire in our group. So the AWCON games is the African Olympic Committee games that will be taking place in Togo. All right, for the German DFB Cup fixtures, we couldn't lay our hand, we beg your pardon. When we get it, we'll bring it in the course of the show. Probably the results will come up on the show on Thursday. All right, that is where we'll leave it on 360 Sports. Michael, thanks for joining me on the show this lovely midweek. It's a good one having you here.
Yes, thank you very much. It's my pleasure, Sports Senator.
All right, that is it on 360 Sports. I am Emmanuel Fashimi saying thanks for watching.